Charlotte Mason Enrichment is thrilled to bring you another incredible summer conference. This year, our theme is building strong families through habits of the home. Nothing of value and purpose happens on accident. Strong families must be built with intentionality, effort, and consistency. That sounds like a habit to me. Charlotte said that the habits of the child produce the character of the man. She also said that there is nothing which we do which is important as forming habits, because after all, it is that which makes the difference between one person and another. The habits that we keep are a big deal, and they are an important part of the work that we do as parents and home educators. So at the conference, we're going to be looking at habits in 4 different categories. The first one is the habits of the heart, the habits of the mother, the habits of the child, the habits of the schoolroom, and we're also going to talk about homemaking, because that's a really big part of what we do on a day-to-day basis. So I have invited Miss Cindy Rollins, Amy Farquhar, Rachel Bird, Mary Salas, and Melissa Stefani to help us unpack these amazing topics. These ladies are phenomenal, and they have so much wisdom. They have so much expertise to speak to these topics. And so I know that we are going to learn and grow a lot from each session and each speaker. So the dates of the conference are July 18th and 19th. The 18th is a VIP session at night. And then the 19th is a full day where we are going to just be committed to learning and growing and having some fun while we're at it. So you can join us in person in Tulsa, or you can join us virtually for the entirety of the day. Be sure to go to charlottemasonenrichment.com/conference. That's charlottemasonenrichment.com/conference for more information and to get your tickets. And please tell all your CM mamas about this event, and I can't wait to see you there. Well, hello, and welcome to the Charlotte Mason Enrichment Podcast. I'm your host, Elise Thompson, and the whole reason this podcast exists is to encourage you, to educate you, and to enrich your lives as a Charlotte Mason home educator. Friends, happy summertime. I hope that you've started your summer break. If not, I'm sure it's around the corner. We've started our summer break, and I am so excited. Man, it's been a whirlwind of a past few months. My oldest daughter just graduated from high school, and so we have been doing all the fun senior things. But I am ready for a little breather. So, okay, I don't know about you guys, but I get this question quite a bit from other people, and that is this. People are asking, do you school throughout the summer? I have gotten asked that probably at least 20 times within the past couple of weeks. And of course, it's fine. I welcome it. But for my family, we decide to take a break throughout the summer months. We just need to take a little bit of a breather, enjoy doing some other things. And so we decide to close a lot of our books and take a little bit of a break. So, but I know as a mom, we probably all wrestle with, like, if we decide to take a summer break, we wrestle with the balance of, okay, yes, we're taking a break from, maybe the length of and the amount of things that we did throughout the school year. But I mean, like, we've worked really hard to grow in areas, whether it's math or reading or whatever. And we don't want to just like not do anything for the next 2 to 3 months. And so hopefully I'm not the only one that wrestles with that. And so I just was like, what is the balance? And so that is what we're going to talk about today, is just that balance and what we are going to do throughout this summer. And so we're going to do a little summer mini series on just things that we can do throughout the summer to keep learning and growing, but in a more relaxed way. And so the first thing that kind of came to me as I was kind of in that wrestling place is back to Charlotte Mason's principles, which love principles because they are applicable no matter what. They are fluid, and they always just, no matter, they stay fluid in the fact that no matter what the situation is, the principle stays the same. And so I'm coming back to principle number 8, which is that education is a life. And so just because it's summertime doesn't mean that we stop learning and growing. Absolutely not. And so I love this principle because, it reminded me of how our life is sustained and our mind feeds on ideas. Um, I was with some of my homeschool moms this week, community meetup, and we were actually reading an article on nourishment and nourishing the mind. And I was like, yes, that is exactly putting language to what I've been wrestling with is that. And my mentor said it very bluntly, but it was like, I needed to hear it just exactly that way. And she said something along the lines of how just because it's summer does not mean that we starve our mind, just as if, we wouldn't starve our physical body because it's summertime. Like that would be like so weird. Like we would never think of that. And so we kind of have to take that same approach to our mind. Our mind has to feed on living ideas. I love this quote from Charlotte. It's from the Philosophy of Education towards the beginning of the book. And she says this, she says, we hold that the child's mind is no mere sack to hold ideas, but rather, if the figure may be allowed, a spiritual organism with an appetite for all knowledge. This is the proper diet with which it is prepared to deal, and which it can digest and assimilate as the body does foodstuffs. And so, again, just that same thought process of we wouldn't take a break from feeding our physical body. And so we have to see our mind as a living organism. And so that is why the first thing that we are going to prioritize doing this summer is continuing just to simply read living books. That is something that we are not going to take a break from over this summer. It'll look different than when it's the school year, but we're going to continue reading those living books. And so, a couple of ideas of how you can implement that into your home throughout the summer is this. You can continue doing family read alouds. I know for me, I had this aha moment of like, hey, every morning my kids sit at the counter and they eat breakfast. And so I'm going to take that opportunity as they're sitting and eating breakfast to read a chapter in a living book to them. And so that is something that we have started this week, and it's gone fantastic. They're reading a really engaging book, and they're still going to give narrations after oral narrations after I read it to them. And so that is one easy way that we can continue to um, present living ideas to them. Another idea that you can do is audiobooks in the car. We, love listening to audiobooks. And so whether we're going on a road trip or we're just running around town, we can find a really good audiobook that we all can enjoy together and listen to an audiobook together. That's another great way to make sure that living ideas are being presented to yourself and to your children. And then the third thing is still requiring some independent reading time. So I know here in Oklahoma, it starts to get really hot in the afternoons, and we all just need a little bit of a chill pill. And so I am going to allow my kids to pick their own living book that they are excited to read on their own, and require them to, in the afternoon or in the evening, take some time just to, chip away at that book. And so this is another great idea of ways that we can continue to feed our minds those living ideas. And so I hope that helps you as you are figuring out what summer is going to look like. And we don't want to give up all the great and life-giving things, the habits that we've established throughout the school year in the name of summer. We want to continue to build those principles into our lives, build those habits into our lives, because again, education is a life. Well, that is all we're going to cover today. I'm excited next week to talk a little bit more about habits. That's something that we're going to really hone in on this summer. And so we'll talk about that next week. A couple things that I want to share with you. If you have not heard or gotten your ticket for the Habits of the Home conference that's happening this summer, Charlotte Mason Enrichment is hosting a summer conference happening in July 18th and 19th. There's lots of ways you can participate in the conference. You can come to Tulsa and join us in person, or you can join us virtually live throughout the day, or if you choose to watch the replay at your own pace, you can do that. If you're part of a Charlotte Mason community or a co-op, you guys can join together for the day and watch it as a virtual party. So there's lots of ways that you can participate with the Habits of the Home conference that's happening this summer. If you want more information about that, just go to charlottemasonenrichment.com/conference to get all the information and the details and get your tickets, because they are selling like hotcakes, and I don't want you to miss out on participating in that. Also, on the Charlotte Mason Enrichment website, I have a free book list for you, Mama. This book list is a list of books that every Charlotte Mason mom should read. And so you can go to the website and get your free book list. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Like we say every week, the only true education is self-education. So we're never going to stop learning, and we're never going to stop growing. And I will see you next week.